Hey, good morning, everyone. Now, this is our we gather together to have a Bookshare application demo. If you already joined our previous streaming on the Bookshare, I'm just like quickly review the things. What are the contents and what are the features of Bookshare? Now, Bookshare is an application where the motive is to help out the underprivileged students because every year one has to buy the new books whenever the kids goes to the like school, and every school have their own own they notify for the various particular dresses. They might be changed every year also, and at the same time the books also the same case with the books and the dresses. Now the problem is, okay, if you miss like on an average we need to invest around 10 to 15,000 rupees on books and dresses and the shoes and all. At the same time, the rest transportation cost also involved in it. So as we know that the economical what I can the standards of our country, so many of us, though they want to provide the best to their wards, but may not afford to provide all these stuffs, or rather it's a tough for them to provide them all. So we decide to, and at the same time majority of crowd are actually studying in the municipal schools and all. So to help out all, at least instead of throwing all those used books when the student uh, migrate to the next class, upgrade to the next class. So instead of throwing it out in the garbage, okay, why not we should develop applications when one can sell the books at reasonable price, right? As it is the second books, sort of they can even donate, right? So that like underprivileged students can get the books absolutely free of cost or under by in a reasonable cost, affordable cost sort of. At the same time, so it gives an advantage to the people to donate their shoes and all this stuff. Or like if it means like it's not only for the student community, but anyone who is interested to donate, right? Want to like they can come up and donate the books, and even new one also. Yeah, they can donate. They can help out the underprivileged one, right? So it's not only about the underprivileged, but everyone will get benefits. Instead of, I told you, like instead of throwing all the things in the garbage, instead of wasting it because we can't afford the waste, right? So like instead of doing this all the, like it's for the noble cause, we can help them out, right? Better underprivileged will get the better educations. Okay, they'll it's a helping hand from the society. That is what the motive behind this developing these applications, right? In my previous streaming, I already request to all developers or the people who want to donate and for this noble cause. Okay, they can connect, they can share their thoughts, they make this platform more friendly, and at the same time it's transparent. There is no money collection or something. Directly it goes to the beneficiary, right? They can get the benefits from the IT as well. Okay, they're all, it's a registered form, you know. So this like these objectives keeping in mind, we are developing this applications called as Bookshare. Technically speaking, it's like a normal e-commerce kind of applications where user can able to register, right? With the credentials, they get the credentials. Server will validate their credentials. They can create their own profile, The user can have ability to search, ability to book, ability to pay online, and the things can be delivered through the transportations, okay, on their doorsteps, right? They can keep the track of all the stuff. So this is what, like technically speaking, these are the features available in the applications, where administrator will have that all the dashboard where like how many books are available, you can manage the inventory, the reports of the inventory, buying and selling, if there is any arbitrary some kind of like if users can face any troubles and all, right? So there has to be the security in such situations, because like if you are developing a platform for e-commerce, we need to provide the security for payment options and all. So these all things we are taking care of, right? It's a safer, protected networks platform we are trying to provide for the users, so that they can not only their data, at the same time their financial transactions also being secured and protected. So this is what overall agenda of Bookshare application. Today we gather here, my team is going to demonstrate to you right from like in earlier versions we demonstrated the UI designs and upload over there. Today obviously the agenda is to demonstrate the next progress, how we're developing the front end, back end, the API development and all. Obviously these all the technical elaborations, okay, developments we are doing using Mern. So my team also get exposure to get excellence in a Mern stack, the full stack developments over there. UI designers, the front end developers, the back end developers, the API developers, the testers, everyone is playing a role over here in the Bookshare application development over there. Today, before going for the demonstrations, I would like to like explain you, if you are a fresher developer, right, or if you are a beginner of development, software developments over there. So I would like to tell you about the agile methodology we are using for the developments. As you know, there are two types of developmental model we were using earlier. We're using the waterfall model. In the waterfall model, obviously it's a stepwise. Okay, first of all, let's complete the UI design, let's complete the front end, and then let's complete the sort of it's a phase-wise development, and the entire steps are actually the phase-wise happening over there. But in the agile, I'll tell you about, because right now entire industry is actually recommending about agile. So I'll take some time to explain you what exactly agile methods of development and what are the advantages of it. And if you are following the agile methodology, what kind of like platforms or what kind of tools you have to use to justify that agile methodology. Now in agile, the thing is, like for the first requirement is you should like your team should be using version control softwares like Git, right? I'll tell you the advantage means where version control software like Git means where everyone will be, means like your team may be not available on one center. They may be divided in a somebody might be working remotely, somebody might be working from the different cities. So there is no requirement that a team should be available. If you have a diversified team should be not available on one single unit, one single center. They can be distributed anywhere else, and that is what the need of today is. Okay, we don't require everyone should be available, because like obviously in such situation it's very tough to gather every developer on one place, right? It's not, sometimes it's not it's very tough even, because The reason is the transportation cost, the time and everything, right? So many time, much time you have to devote on the in the like traveling. So instead of that, we believe that if the team is divided and they can work remotely and working from anywhere else, but till then they become a single unit. So you should be using version control softwares like a GitHub, GitLab, right? So the difference between GitHub is a personal version control software, and GitLab means it's a software managed by the company. So whichever version control software you're using, popularly it's a Git. So why Git? Means the product owner, right, have to develop a master branch, right, or master repository, right, with the initial description about all the features and all, right. So whoever maybe join the team, right, so as per their role given over there, they'll be they all have access of this primary repository, right. So they can clone the project on their machines, and there they can add their what I can say, their own version, right, update their own things, and then they push the code again, right, to the respective branch, right, and develop the pull request where the team lead or the person who is responsible for reviewing the code and all, to avoid the conflicts, they will pull the code and then push it into the in the respective branch, or the main branch will be updated by that. In this manner, n number of developers can create their own version, right, and then push the code. There has to be the code review, and then to avoid the conflicts, and then merge it. So it's a normal everyday task, right? Everybody will do their own task. They can push the codes, and in this manner, that main branch get updated every day. So the first requirement in the agile, I'm just like giving you the overall scenario, how the agile framework or agile how the agile way of development occurred over there. So going back to the these are about the software versioning control tool we are using. But before, what is happening, right? The stakeholders conduct a meet with the product owner, right, where these project manager or the CTO, these fellows will be available, okay, and then that is called the grooming session. So where they will decide the already they will be using a project management softwares to define all the backlogs, okay, project backlog items, PBI, popularly called as PBI. So the product owner already developed that all the PBIs. PBIs means what is required, right? So they define the various user stories, the backlogs. Backlogs means, let's say for example, the UI designs is a PBI, and in that design, then obviously what are the various designs need to be there, right? In the front-end development, they means like the first main module into the sub modules and all. In this manner, to divide into the developmental phases, right? Product owner is actually going to describe everything, right? And that is called as PBI, project backlog items, right? So in the grooming session, this product owner with the stakeholders and the project manager, right? Obviously, why project managers and CTOs are required? CTO will take care, or the team leads will take care about. Means they will know the developmental team, right? Their capabilities, availabilities, right? So product owner will describe that, okay, in this sometimes sprint is of 1 week, 15 days or 1 month, popularly in most of the developmental team, okay, prefer a sprint of 15 days. So if a sprint starts with 1st of July to 15th of July, so product owner explain that, okay, this is what the priority of the task team has to develop, right? And these are the PBIs we should be we should be able to take in this particular sprint of 15 days. So obviously then overall scenario he will explain the features, he will explain to the project manager, right? And then obviously project manager is well versed what kind of team he's having, right? He will already work on the matrices, okay, where he will the technical stack availability, everything will be the team available in that particular thing. Every analysis is with him. So they means like in this entire grooming sessions, okay, they will decide that these PBIs will be working on, okay, and estimately this much number of hours will be required to execute or to develop this particular PBI, project backlog item, right? So obviously here well defined, explained user stories, right? At the same time PBIs need to be there. Means this for these reasons we required a project documentation software like Jira, okay, but many software tools are available. I'm not going to name any, right? You can use Microsoft Azure, or even let's say they can use Google Sheet also for that reasons. That any it depends on what project management tools they are using. They can use Microsoft project management software or any other. The ultimate objective is to that all the project backlog items, and inside that the well-defined user stories, what to do, what is the acceptance criteria, how much time it will require, their requisite documents also will be uploaded, like the designs. Means like as a if I'm a UI designer, right, and if some user story is assigned to me, so that entire things are already drafted in such a way that I can read and understand what is the requirement, right? And like obviously I can discuss with my team lead, okay, with my project managers on in the scrum meets every day. But to get the overall idea, as we are if an experienced guy or anyone can read that user story and understand what is the requirement, right? So the project backlog items need to be described properly, okay. There has to be the user stories with which estimation time, right, the acceptance criteria, what the tools requires. Like as a developer, if I'm responsible for a particular development, so I'll get that all the documentations available over there, right? From where I get the source code, from where I get the cloning repository, everything. So popularly the Jira, the Confluence, or the project management softwares plays a role over here. So once they decide that, okay, this is the start date and end date of a sprint, and these are the, as I told you, okay, while confirming this thing, product owner takes care of a priority of like for developments, okay, and then project managers have a role to confirm it as per the availability of a team and all, because he have to just he's responsible for delivering the things, right? And in this way, after confirmation discussions, okay, the sprint is defined, right? And then like this is called as sprint planning, or before sprint planning, the grooming sessions also sometimes couple of times done, and then the sprint planning is done and sprint get confirmed. And now in the scrum, like every day in the scrum meet where the morning stand-ups, okay, at the login time, project manager explain the entire the PBIs for this particular sprint, the user stories, and then he will, as per the technical expertise, he will allocate that responsibility to that developer. Now, once developer will log into their project management software, they'll able to see all the documentations in the PBI. They can able to comment. They get the communication softwares they might be using. Okay, through that they can, if they have any queries, they can clear it up. In the in the stand-up meets, right? They can discuss everything. They can set the agenda. All the queries are resolved. Now the entire like understanding softwares or understanding project management software is there. It's well defined. Project manager explain. Okay, if there is a technical queries, how to and why to, which that everything is already like drafted in the documentations. But if they have till there is any queries, they can discuss it, right? So after that they have to clone the things, right? They have to push the code after development over there. Like somebody will be the team lead responsible for pulling all the pushed code in the respective branches and pull the code, have a code review. I'll be explaining this all the terminologies in detail whenever required over there. So to avoid the conflicts in the version control software, they pull the code, merge the code in a branch over there, and then here it's the next requirement is that is we should have a CI/CD pipeline, right? So like integrations and like deployments tool. Okay, it's like once the merged codes, right? The review code where if there is no conflict, it's merged in the branch and then it will be pushed to the CI/CD pipeline. It goes to the server. So mostly we will develop a developmental server, and then maybe the like a live server, right? So once this code is merged in a branch and push it into the CI/CD through the CI integrations and deployment pipeline, it goes directly to the server, right? So now it's like, first of all, let's say it develop a URL of a developmental server. So quality analyst who is responsible for responsible for testing everything, they have the URL with them. Okay, so they can test that, and then already the user stories and acceptance criteria is given, right? So QA will test this entire features, right? Whether it's a functional or the designs and everything, and then once it is developed, what developer will do, it will he will push that to the for the QA. What QA will do, he will test that all the features and functionality for the QA, and then he will push for the acceptance, and then BA. Yeah. So business acceptance, like we will accept it and deploy it to the testing server. And once it is approved from the testing server, then it goes to the live server over there. This is what the agile means. We are not supposed to wait for one phase to be complete and then next phase, right? Means like if the designs means like we have to wait for completely designs has to be approved, and then the front end development have to complete, and then the back end. So this is what the waterfall model is. Waterfall model and agile is the way of development, right? So obviously we need a version control software like Git. We need a CI/CD pipeline to be established. Obviously we need the infrastructure like that. So that's why right now, okay, the globally divided team can be united. We don't require any team should be available on the on a particular place. At the same time, if one is using the EST time, PST time, or IST time, hardly matters. They have their own tools. They have their own communication channels. They have their own version control softwares. Everything is available on the machines. What is needed, only the good laptop or the good machine or the internet availability. So entire team can be united. They can discuss, and once they developed they can merge, they can have a pull request, they can code review and then merge it in the branch, push it in the pipeline, go to the development server, QA can test it, approve it, and then goes to the live server, right? So this is what exactly agile means. Like it's a thought process, not to wait for, means like everything is available with the uh, on your all the documentations, all the tools are available with you, right? And then you can justify your work as well, right? So it's well analyzed how much time it will be taking to develop that particular module or the user story, right? Who will be expertise in that. So the right from the stakeholders to product owners to project managers to technical team lead to team, everyone will be unitedly working, and at the same time everyone can monitor. So after the sprint planning, then the sprint executions, right? But every day all progress one can monitor, right? If there is any delay and all these things, so the product manager will take a quick action and rectify that. And then there is a sprint planning, sprint executions, and then the sprint retrospective. In the sprint, once the sprint is finished, then the retrospective will be there. So obviously it is cross-checking everything, whatever the PBI and user story is taken for that particular sprint, whether we justify everything or not. And then in that manner, that sprint is closed, or some of the backlogs, if there is any, okay, because of some unavoidable reasons, they can be shifted to the next sprint over there, right? So this is about agile way of development over there. So we all, as a team member or whichever the project you are working, you should be well versed with this thing, version control softwares, okay, project management tools. You should be able to read, ability to understand the drafts, technical drafts, right? Technical drafts written by the product owners, scrum masters. Most of the times they're all over there. But like while defining these all the PBIs and user stories, mostly responsible is the product owner, and then scrum master will be responsible for performing this all the scrum ceremonies, right? From the like, okay, the scrum meets and all this stuff. And project manager, role, he's a manager. He will be dealing with the team, right? He will be responsible to monitor, control the team to deliver the sprint what is defined over there. So as I told you, to manage the agile, we should have a CI/CD pipelines needs to be established, so that directly the code will be pushed to the server and one can test it. Okay, there is a role of a QA every day. There is a role of a developer every day. They're like the all having their own role need to be performed. Their code can be pushed to the. It's a safer and secure environment to develop, design, and deploy the code over there. So all kind of designing, development, and testing and deployment will be done in a one go and one click. Okay, that is what actually the agile means. So hope the agenda of today's meet or the forum is to share to demonstrate you guys, okay, about the Bookshare applications, where we are, what is the progress, and what is the, as we know that, okay, we are using agile methodology. So we are designing, development, testing, and the deployment. Everything is actually doing. We are doing through agile things over there. So if you have any queries related to this, all the agile way and agile methodologies, at the same time the features of the Bookshare, okay, you are welcome to you can, as we are going live, you can comment it, we can answer it. But now it's time now for us to go to the team, and then my team is going to explain you the progress and of the application development, what we already discussed about the features and the like what objectives we are supposed to achieve through those Bookshare applications. Over to team, so that they'll help you out to give you the guideline, okay, where they are, how they developed, and how they justify the development of all the features, PBI, project backlog items, what we already decided, and the user stories we define over there. Over to team.
Thank you very much, sir. Let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible. So basically, you all know what is the agenda of our project. So without wasting any time, I will just explain how it works. The flow of front end. So this is the landing page of our project. Like here we are showing the login and register button, and then remove the darkness by giving the light of knowledge from applied literature and to education resources. We have lot of textbooks of to offer you. We provide only the test best books to you for your best future. Like this content is here. With clicking login button, you can go with the login page directly. There's a user ID and the password is here. Without filling in any credential, it will show the error like this. And if we skip that, we can log in with the Google and Twitter. After sign up here for create an account for our Bookshare project. So here's the name, email, mobile number, and the password is required. Like with this, the validation is here. So with the login, we directly go to this landing page of our website. So in this, we are giving the our contents like we can send donation. The user can send donation with the joiners and the events which is we done with the college and school. In the previous video, we already explained that how we can work with the NGOs and that school level and colleges level collaborations. So in the bottom of here's a vision of our project. Like welcome to Bookshare. We are passionate about promoting literacy and the education by providing books, donations, and communities in need. Because we all know that the donating books is a great way to help needy one, and you can donate books. Okay, and there is a how it works. So in that how it works, we are giving the basic key points for registering for how we can donate the books with the website, like register for donating and buying book, browse through different categories of books, yes, and sort them with the filters. Is the we have for filters like competitive books, educational books, novels like that, and needy people can donate book as well as they can buy it from this website. And this is the footer section. We are giving the vision like sharing books and stories with the children helps their learning and development language and communication. So this is the landing page of our project. Then we go with the about us. This is the nav bar. In that we are showing the about us. We are help people across the globe connect with them. The work of the Bookshare Foundation, which begins with the helping the needy one to find the book. We have representative office all over the world and work with the international organizations. And our main activities are educational aid assistance to needy one. This is like some users and volunteers which they are connected with us. This is the ratio of volunteers with the different countries and zones. There's a book donors in the Maharashtra, which is collaborated and connected with us, and the books which is donated by the users in our website. Like this in the donors form in the page. These all are the respective donors which is connected with us and donated their books. Like we are showing their name from and the donated books, quantities of books which they are donated with our project. And then in the blog section, join Bookshare is the you with the click button is here to join us. By clicking this join us button, the user can connect with us as a volunteer, and he can be a part of this project and the agenda to give a books and donate a books for needy ones. Like there's a blog section is there. The difference your support makes. Millions of people live in a world without books. We believe that everyone, no matter the circumstances, should be able to access the books that can change and enrich their life. So these are the blogs which is added here, which is collaborate with them. And then in the school and colleges level, we organize events, so that will be added in that blog section. And then we click on the user will click on the book section. There's a bookstore is there for buying and carting the books. So first is the competitive books is here. Like we are giving the book name and the prices. The best part of our project is we are giving affordable price, like 50% off of book for every book and everyone they want to need and buy from here, like this. And this all web page is fully responsive with all the screen of your devices, like this. Here's a nav bar showing here home, about us, donors, books, contact us, the card and the user profile. But when user is logged in, that time that will be shown. And by clicking the card button, that card will be added in the card box, and in that card that will show like this, the book and the description of book, the name of book, and the prices, which is of 50% off the actual price. And here's the quantity we can add here, and with the container he can buy a book. In that, for user, if he want to sell a book, he have books and he want to sell book to our platform, so he can fill it here, first name, the title of book, email ID of user, mobile number, and the description of book, and the pin code, and the which city he has belongs to, like this. And upload a image of that particular book. Here you can choose and upload here, and the enter the number of books which you want to sell, and that all the books will be 50% off when he is giving filling the form, and that will be that all the data will be shown in the admin section, admin dashboard. So that form for that. And here's a card I already shown here. The user is logged in and he can edit their profile from here, edit button and the card. And if he want to remove that one book and rest two books with the he want to continue, they can remove from the card page. And in the user section is a profile of user. When user is logged in, that profile will be shown in here and the name of the user, and he can edit, view their profile and log out from here. So basically this is the front end part of our project, and this all are fully responsive, like all the screen can go with this iPhone 12 Pro. So that time the website will be like seen like this, and donors page will be like this. In the bookstore, that bookstore page will be like this only. So means this all in the front end we use the help of React. Without loading the page, we are giving the all the pages in the by the help of routes. So I will go with the coding part. Here is the coding part. So first of all, I will show the landing page of our project. So this is like that. So first, we are using the Tailwind CSS and the material Tailwind. So for that, we have to install some dependencies like here in the packet.json. Here we have dependencies like material Tailwind React, library of testing, Jets DOM, then Bootstrap icons, the country state cities for that drop down, Formic for the validation, React. All the front end is created in the React app and like this, and the flag select hooks for showing the errors, and the Toastify for giving the notify of your form is successfully submitted like this. So in that part, we are giving all the navbar is here. So with the navbar, so this is the navbar page. In that navbar page, we have created the functions, the react.fragment. In that menu section, in the books, we are giving the drop down like filling the bookstore and the filling the form for a seller's book. So that will be created by this code as a book, and in that case he is asking for that menu. His menu is open, it will show like this, and it will render the items, which is I already mentioned in that object const nav list menu item as the bookstore and the sell books like that. And then nav list, which is we are showing home, about us, donors, blogs, contact us, and the profile and cart icon is a cart icon, VS cart 3. We already know that dependencies. By dependencies, we here get that cart icon, and here's the avatar for user profile. So here's the drop down for edit view and logout for user side, and in that the here is the now list menu, which already created upper side of code. So that will be called in the function. That this is the code for the navbar, and then we will go for the page of landing page. So in that landing page, in the top, I already call the navbar function. So that will be remains constant and fixed for all the pages, and in that I use flex and justify center content for all item centers, and applied for double XL screen for container and larger screen for container. So that will be like showing the margin from starting and end point like this for the big screen, with the applying this class of 2XL container and the LG container. In that we created a div and call image that will be linked with this slash, and that slash path will be already added in the app.js. First we have to create that routes for creating routes for applying the pages, how it will be navigate like this. If we click on the about page, it will redirect to about us, donors, and blog. For that purpose, we have created routes. In the routes, we are giving the path like slash for the landing page, slash about us for the about us page, slash blog page for the blog. That will be shown in our page as a navigation web page. So by here we can type like so that will also workable for the home page like that. And all the pages like sale, cart, login, register, and address, first we have to create that routes and just link with this every code. This is a form, book sale form already shown here, sale book form like this. So that form will be created in that component. Basically the React is based on the multiple components. So components can call with the pages, and we can access them without loading the page, whole the page. It helps and faster for accessing the website, and that will be a great technology for in the future for creating a website, proper website. And this is the input fields for the book sale forms which we added here. There's a drop down with the select, and this is the cities of Maharashtra, which is given here in the option section. And then in the outer section, we are giving here the image of books and giving the input section for uploading file. Just we already shown here. Choose a file for that, and in that we use a grid for the helping of Tailwind CSS, like for creating responsive page. For LG, it will show the grid calls to, and normally by default it will showing the content like block wise content and after with the single columns. And for medium screen, we showing the 2 columns like this. Okay, inspect and check the responsiveness of this form. So if we go with this medium screen, it will show like all the columns and all the content by like this with the mobile screen. And then we'll go for that card page. In that card page, there's a section for login. When user is login, so it will show in the login and the number of user which he is logged in, and the lower part of is for the cart, where the book is showing which book is carted here, and the name of this book, and the price of books. That is already added in here for showing that cart. But in if we added the backend part of it, is that will be edited by API, connected with by API, and that will be shown when user is filling that form and uploading image. That time will be that data will be shown in that cart section only, in that section. And the block part, this is also fully responsive for all the screen. Like mobile apps, and we are showing that all the data of blogs, latest news in the one by one, step by step, like for the mobile screen. So basically we can say that our website is fully responsive and usable for mobile devices, tabs, and the desktop for, and the bigger size of screens as well. So this is the part of front end. So the rest of my team member will be explain how it works and the APIs of and backend part of this project. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sai. Now I am sharing my screen for the backend part. So this is the phase 1 for the Bookshare project, that is user interface. In that project, I will be share you the how to the backend will be connecting with the for the user interface. So I just explaining one. If the here it is a landing page, in that we having the 2 buttons, that is login and register. If the user can log in, so it will be redirected to the login page, and after that if the user can register, it will be go to the register page. If the user register, so I just taking one demo. So here it is, I just add one name, that is the test2, and I add this one demo email. So I just entering the test2@gmail.com, and I add the one number, and I add the like that password,
and I hit the create account. So account will be created, and after that we need to use that the login page, and we go for the login page and we just entering that email ID in that. So I just entering that email ID in that. So just entering that email ID, and then enter the class password, that is class team, and then enter the login button. So it will be showing that the removing that the login and register button. And if we add, so if user can log in, so if the user can redirect it in this page, and user getting that click on that icon button, and he want to click the storage, and you want to click on the contact or a book page, or so in that we adding some extra functionality in that. So if the user can redirect this page and you want to click on the user icon, so it will be redirected to the login form. In it said that the first user need to the login, and after that he need to the check the what are the items or user profile pick. So the same functionality we added. So I just enter login page. So I need to change redirect. Just log out itself, and after that I need to log in. So I just log in, check that email ID. So that is test 2. I just entering test 2 and entering the password, and then login. So it will be login. So it, and in the about us page, it's showing the about, and also it's showing the our vision. And in donor page, I just created one user interface, that is test 2, and it's showing the that is random city name, and also it's showing the random donor books. So it show the all the data with what are the user, what are the number of user in logging in this account. So it will be showing all the profiles in the donor page. And if we, that is a blog page, so in that blog page, the that is the admin part point of it. So, and if the click on the Bookshare page, so it will be showing that part. So here it is the title, and here it is a book, and if the user click on that icon, so it will be redirect and increase the cart item. So I just taking that one dummy project. So I just clicking one. So I just hit that button, and it's showing the item 1, and it also showing here the card page, that is description, and it doesn't show the price in it because of that all the part is going to the admin page. That's why it doesn't show the price. And it's showing the in that the user, it's showing the test name, that is the username, and it also showing the having the edit button. So it will edit the button, and we just add that is dummy name, that is Samir, and take the Samir, and we hit the email ID, that is test 3, and phone number, and hit the sign up button. So we need to redirect the login page, and we just enter that test3@gmail.com, and also we add the password and hit the login form. And we, if we click the icon button, so it will be showing the name of the updated user. So we go for the understanding. So let's go for the backend parts. So in that we having the two routes, that is product routes and user routes. So when we go here it page, so it's showing the ad page, card page, and if the sale item, so it the user can add it and sell the books by the using that form. And donor page, it's showing the user profile page. So that's why we created the two routes, that is products and user routes. If we go for the product routes, so here it is showing the that is we created the simple two routes for the normal, that is products, and if you want to create the products, that is we created the one post, that is a create posts, create products. And we also created some, if you want to user get that product, so we created another route, that is a get products. And the user can update his image on this product. User want to upload the image, book image, so we also use another route, that is put. So we with the getting that user id, we can update the that image in the specific user atom. So we also created another, if the router can create it, in that this router will be going for the, if the browser user can get the product and it's showing the itself, it means in the browser login and it's go for the my login page, so it's showing the, it's having the its own pages, what are the sale. So that's why we created that products, that is get my products. And if the router can add this product, so is in that, if the user can get the that product and sale, so it will be redirect here and also increasing the number of products. So that's why we need to also created that API for that add cart product. So user can, whenever they click the add button, so user can go for the add to cart button and also increasing the new bar, that is pricing. And if the user can get that cards, so that's why we also created that the get cards. And if the user can delete that cards, so we, that's why we also created the that delete to carts products. That's all about the product point of view. And if the user, that is normal, if the user can created the router, so if the user can user card, and in that we having the same endpoint, that is URL endpoint, that is if the user can create, so just simply users and just create the post, so user can be created. And if the user get that information of the user, so simply we get the post, we get the request and get all the users. And also that is login and login user. And also if the user can update his profile, so by the using a put request, we can update that the user and also getting that user. And also user can upload his images using the put request. So all that the route will be here. And if we going for the backend connectivity, so here it is the backend folder. So in that we having the model. In model we created the three types of model, that is one, that is a schema, and second one for the products, and third one, that is card. So in the schemas, in the sign up schema, we having the first name, last name, all the detail will be occurred here. And if the going for the products, so in product detail we having the title, description, price, images, no number of books, types, what are the types is donated or sale. And then it also created the it's showing the ID. By the using that ID, we can fetch that product and is showing to the whatever the user can click on the product and it's showing in inbox. So next one, that is card. In card we having the user ID, we fetching that user ID, and we also fetching the your product ID, and we also add the quantity and created date, means which date will be created. And here it is the description portion, all that it is a description portion for the, if the user can modify his password and encrypted to decrypted. And here it is showing the model export. We create the sign up and add to cart and we product. And after that we going for the controller. So here it is the one controller, that is product controller. So in that, so first one we need to go for, that is the router, and we need to add the product router. So in that we having the, we can create that is router and getting that all the images and file, whatever that is already explained that. And in that we created the router in that. So here it is a create product, when the user can create its product. If we create it and we go for that page, so it will be showing that. In that we feed that title, description, price, user ID and type. So when the user can get all the information by the sign up, getting all the information is stored into the user ID. And if the user is not logging, so it will be showing the user not found. If the user is found, then it will be created that new product as the title, description, price, and created ID. By the using that created ID, we can go for that next. And if the second post, that is if the user can upload the book image, so that point of view we can created that API. And it is a third, that is getting that all the products whatever user can add it, so getting that all the product, so we can create that get products. If we click on that, so here it is, we created that router. So get product is equal to request that user can create, and it will be show in the UI page. And next one, that is uploading the book image. And next one, it is similar to all the pages. If the user can get that books, and user can edit that book, or user can get that card, so it is all the API will be showing here. And here it is the delete. If the user can delete that card, so here it is the delete button. And next one, that is if we go for, that is a user point of view. So here it is the user. In that we created the some routers, that is the user, getting the all user and create the user and login user. If the user can log in, so it will be redirect to the home page, so that will be matched. And if the user can update his profile or update its information, so using that the update user controller, we can go to that page and update the user information as well. And if the user can upload it his image, so it will be update that image by the using of code router. So for the next one, that is the front end. So how it workable in front end, so we go for the front end. So in that we use the that is React toolkits for the getting the login information and getting the product information. That's why we use the here, that is the React toolkit. So it will be showing the first one, that is in that we created the features. In features we created the three boxes or three items, that is art, cart, products. So it will be in products, we can create that data in that, so it will be redirect and it will be taking more easily for the backend connectivity. It give the more useful for the getting that all the products. So we just created that create product, and in that we fetching all the data. So we just fetching all the data by we are created in backend portion. So we just paste all the APIs URL, and after that we get create that products in the particular user. And if we go for the getting that product, so we can also produce the get products in that. So we also created that URL in backend part, so we just need to paste here, and in that we just pasting all the data whatever the user is handling. And similar to cards, in that we created the cards. If the user can add to card button, so it will be, we created the one API, that is add to card button, and in that we get that URL for that created in backend portion. So we just fetching that all data and it will be shown. And if the user can if the user can getting that information but not showing the whatever the user it is, so for that session we need to create that API. If the API whatever the user related to user, that so product will be shown at the particular card page. So that for the fetching that data. And next one, that is the add to cart button. In add to cart button, we auth page we created the user, and we also checking it is the created the user. And if the user is created, then it will be check the user if the user is registered or not for the getting that. And next one, that is the auth slice. So in that auth slice, we need to create it that save that all the user information and also import in that. And after that, we just create the check async function and create by using of thunk. We can get that information user information by the using a create and thunk, and it will be showing here. And after that, we need to create the extra reducers by the creator. It lead slide is handling the action whenever the user can create when we use the create thumb, it will be you need to the add the extra reducer. That's why you use the extra reducer here. And in that we use the builders, that is add to cart for the user. And also we use the check the user and modify. In that we need to add the two pages for the check the user it action or idle and loading. First one that is pending, and next one the fulfill. If the user can log in, and then it will be pending, and then first register and it will be pending, and after that it will be go for the login, and then it will be fulfilled. And that's process will be managed here. And we just all the process will be stored in the select login user. And then we go for the, and we created that the app. In app we access the one store, we create the store. In that all the information will be stored in this store.js folder. And whenever we adding that information at the user, so it will be redirect to the whatever you having that page, so it will be redirect to that page. So by using toolkit, it will be very easy to fetching that all the data as the UI. That's why we use here reader toolkits. And if we go for the pages, and in pages, first of all, I need to give one demo. That's so just so we just need to register itself. So it registers. We just and we add one email ID, that is this, and one number, and then entering the password. So I enter here password, that is class @10, and we click so and go for the checking that all the products. So it will be sign up, and we having the one. So here it is product will be created, that is Himanshu, and here it is email ID. So we click and go for that UI page, and we going for the login by taking that user. So we just log in, and here it is paste that email ID and also type the password that is class, and hit the login button. So it will be redirect. And we go for the donor page. In donor page, the user can create it. First one, that is Samir, and here it is a Himanshu, that is latest one. And if we go for the sale book auction, so here in that form the information about the user that all already fetched here. So I just enter one title, that is Himanshu title, and Himanshu description. So just random text. So I just enter in number, and we choose that a default output. So please enter the file, and when we click on the submit button, so data will be redirected here. So submit, and after that we need to choose the photo here. So we just adding one photo. There it is. And when we click on the upload button, so data will be redirected, and cancel. So data will be showing here. And after that, we need to go for that. So we need to go for login. So just checking that information. So it is just check that updated email ID, that is here it is, and we need to add that email ID here, and also class @10 and login. So, and we just adding here, so that is 1 minute. And description, enter the one pin code, that is 4022, and 3, and submit. And after that we choose the file, and we just choose that file and upload a button. And after that we need to log in, and we just checking that email ID that is here, just checking that email ID and enter the password, login, and go for the donor page and click on add to cart button. So it will be not my cart page, so it will be showing the user add to cart page. In that we didn't add the image first one, that's why it didn't get that email ID, cart detail, and where it is the latest one. And if the user can edit that profile, so it just clicking that side, and just email ID that is change, just change that test 56, just enter number and hit. So and after we just log in itself first, log in and go for the checking the database. I hope it is updated. So here it is updated, and copy and just going for and paste here, and here it is we added the password and login. So here it is updated. Do for just checking my cards, and in that if the user can add that card, so if they hit the button and go for, so it will be I think I can go for the code. I'm checking that routes. Upload. Yes, so I think so. Log out and being log out. So that is all about the backend connectivity. That's it, sir.
Okay, it's wonderful elaboration about the project progress of Bookshare application. Hey guys, as we're discussing that, okay, Bookshare applications my team is developing for a noble cause to share the books and the dresses for the school students, and obviously the technically it's a Mern stack we are exploring and developing the e-commerce applications where user can able to buy, pay, search, right, and donate and add to cart. All the features are there. Then the administration console and all that we are going to discuss in the later course. Now to successfully, I'm just like addressing this to the developmental community that to deliver the projects on time, we need to follow the agile methodology, right? As I discussed in my first elementary things. Now to agile doesn't mean that only theoretical things are there. Agile, as I told you, for performing agile way, we need to have the infrastructural development as well. You should have a good project management tool where all the PBIs and user stories can be well defined, right? You have a like for managing the UI, the tools like a Zeppelin and all, where all the UI or the Figma, okay, that has to be used, right? So at the same time, your developmental team need to have the well equipped with the various tools, like as I told you about the version control tools, GitHub, GitLab. There has to be the CI/CD pipeline compulsory need to be CI means your code integration and code deployment pipeline will be there. It need to be established so that directly code can be merged, reviewed code can be pushed directly to the developmental server, dev server. Through that means like the code can be how tester or the QA can test the code. It's not only the matter of a QA, right? How a project manager or demonstrate the code to the stakeholders or the product owner. So everyone, right from the product owner, scrum master, project manager, if you have many times we don't have that budget. Companies don't have that much budget that they have the project manager, scrum master separately and the team lead and everything. So they most of time technical agile project manager, a technical project manager, they said. So he will be taking care of about all explaining, elaborating the user stories to the team, right? And as per the sprint planning, execute the work and get it delivered, right? So there has to be the CI/CD pipeline has to be connected with the developmental server and live server, right? Client can be test the applications on the live server, right? But the entire development team. So to the success story of delivering a project on time, because delaying the delivery will obviously cost to everyone. Right? The investors, at the same time, the owners of the company, and everyone will be affected by that. So, as a manager, I'll be as a lead, I'll be well aware about what is the capability of my team member, whether he needs some training, whether he needs some kind of explanations, then one should be always be there. That is called as velocity metrics, right? So by that, the available means like I should know the availability, number of hours of availability, at the same time the technical expertise, how much pace he can manage to deliver. Every user story have the sprint points. So while allocating that user story, how much sprint points are allocated are given and by the product owner, and then to the developer, whether he is capable of managing that we need to take care of. So it's everything, right? My way of dealing with it, it has to be well documented, that PBI, backlog items, which we had taken for the sprint, for this current sprint. Every user story has to be well defined. The objective of the user story, right? At the same time, the acceptance criteria, the grade description, maybe not grade, but the bulleted points has to be there. Means whenever one person to whom we are allocating, or who is testing and who is actually responsible for delivering the things, everyone should be, when they go to the user story, they should know everything, right? And at the same time, the UI designs has to be attached over there. If there is documentation, it has to be attached, right? So the links has to be there, right? The code availability will be linked, will be there. So these kind of project management tools need to be there, right? So I'll be more focusing on the infrastructural availability about the CI/CD pipelines, as I told you, right? The tools, whether my team is following what I can say, the Scrum ceremonies, right? It's not only the matter of every day we will be conduct the stand-up meets only. Meets are important, right? But the sprint, the Scrum meet, stand-up meet should not be extend more than 20 minutes, right? It has to be just what you did prior, okay, or what you are doing currently, and is there is a blockage, that 2-3 questions they have to answer. That's it, right? Basically, more focus has to be the drafting, the technical draft has to be the well understandable, right? So more focus of project managers or the management has to be on the drafting and analyzing the velocity matrix, the burn down charts, and all these stuffs are there, right? And as a team member, whichever the responsibility given to you, focus has to be understanding the things. If there is any queries need to be resolved there and then at that moment only, like there has to be the whistleblower as well, okay, because you cannot take the responsibility which you may not be capable of delivering. So if this is the situations, if something lacking is there in the in the delivery of that all the objectives, you need to raise the hands, okay, so that like managers or team lead can take the immediate actions and replace, or maybe availability of some more technical staff will be there. So agile, whenever we are thinking about the agile, right? Agile is not only the effective and efficient way of delivering the things, but I believe it's a thought process also be required about that. It's a coordination, right? So in the everyday stand-up meets, okay, at the time we start in the morning and like review meets and the evening, or maybe only one stand-up required. That depends on the things, but throughout the day, throughout working time, that entire team has to be available any moment over there, right? It's like everyone should know what has to be delivered that day, how much story points will be allocated to that particular user story, what I am responsible for, am I understand everything, what to be delivered properly, right? And sprint, the effective and efficient way of delivering the project is sprint. PBI is what is backlog items which is fetched. It has to be closed on time, right? So as I told you about, like it's not only the documentations. It has to be, first of all, the priority goes to that everything has to be very clear what has to be delivered, and one will read and understand. More infrastructure requirement is there. It has to be the gate configured with the CI/CD, right? Pipelines, and directly deployment, the integration deployment has to be done, and one has to be tested directly onto the development server. Every team member, okay, it's not only the quality analyst or the business for the business acceptance, the criteria acceptance, one has to test it, and everyone should be like responsible for that, right? So if you are a developer, you'll be responsible for understanding and developing. If you are a quality analyst, you'll be responsible for reading their stories and check for the functionality, features, and designs, align everything over there, so that it has to be aligned with the acceptance criteria. And then it has to be, as I told you, everything has to be available on the single go, like the single click, right? So all the softwares need to be there, and there is no requirement, again I'm saying, to justify the timeline, right, and to deliver the things on time, and to it's not if some delay is there, it means ultimately everyone will be suffers, not only investors but the team members and everyone, right? So my way of thinking is, okay, everything has to be analyzed prior before going for any developments over there. So it's called documentations, monitoring, controlling, right? It's a way of discussing everything, right? And then because project get failed when it not able to deliver on time, right? It's like budget collapse over there. So time, cost estimations, right? Analysis. So for these all the reasons, that all the softwares nowadays available. So instead of focusing on that, if like a team should be gathered at one place and be available, and if we not follow this kind of culture, right, where when documentations has to be there, discussions, grooming sessions, right, then the sprint planning session executions, and that all the skills scrum ceremonies, I believe, okay, we will not able to deliver the things on time, and uh, the objectives cannot be achieved. So at Team Axiom, we follow these all the agile things, right? And we, as we are exploring, and at the same time, for the skill enhancements will be there always. So these all the developmental team, they are exploring the technologies and they are exhibiting it for the projects. So I'm requesting to all global community join us for noble cause like development of the project, and if you are a developer, okay, join us so that like your expertise can be get a platform so that one can benefit by that. And if you want to learn certain things, obviously you will be the part of it. And then at the same time, uh, uh, as we said, okay, these projects can be helpful for the development of for the beneficiary of the underprivileged things over there. So under people. So by all these objectives, we are here. So hope you guys understand today about the developmental progress of Bookshare. At the same time, my focus was to how the application development has to be done with the agile way. Your every queries and the comments are welcomed. Okay, I'll be personally address that, and then I'll be available all the time. So my contact details, how we can connect, you can comment on that. At the same time, if you need a code, if you need any kind of technical assistance, if you need kind of uh, uh, assistance related anything else, I'll be, and my team will be always there. So happy weekends, guys. See you in the next sessions. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.